Right, addicts, this is DJ REM from Rock Addict Radio and Metal Devastation Radio, and I have Danny from the band Downfall 2012. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing fantastic. How you doing?
Very good, very good. Why don't you start by introducing yourself and the members of the band that are not with us today, and also if you can kind of mention everybody's spot in the band.
Sure. Obviously, I'm Danny. I sing, play guitar, and I smash barrels.
Nice.
The bass player's name is Boo Rogers. Probably the highest talent in the band. Just an amazing guy. He plays the bass, but then he'll jump on the kit and smashes buckets as well. And then Casey Bowen on the drums, a vocalist as well, and plays the didgeridoo too.
Okay, very good. And how long has Downfall 2012 been together?
This lineup of guys has been together for just over 7 years now. But the band name itself and former lineups that I've been involved in are going on 17 years.
Oh, wow. Some longevity there.
Yes, sir.
That's awesome. So way back when all this started for you guys, what was the driving force that got this band together in the beginning?
Man, the driving force that got this band together is literally the demise of the band prior. I had worked with roughly the same lineup for almost a decade, and we disbanded due to tremendous amount of personal events. There was a kind of a very short period of time where there was question on if it was worth continuing, and after that I picked it up and was already a big fan of Boo's playing. He played in several other punk bands in town that I would go see their shows, and then was shortly after introduced to Casey, and we picked it back up. So really the driving force was to pick up where the last band left off, and we built ourselves to a certain level, and I think we did a good job of seamlessly picking it up and moving forward.
Okay, very good. So what's going on with the band right now? What do you guys have lined up for shows and all that kind of stuff?
Okay, so right now we're booking the January, February, March, like I guess most bands are doing. A lot of regional touring. We're playing a lot of shows in the neighboring cities of Houston, Dallas, San Antonio, Fort Worth, Austin. But then we're also doing a lot of stuff in Louisiana. We've been hitting New Orleans, strangely, and been having a lot of fun and surviving every trip, which is miraculous.
Well, very good.
But yeah, no, I mean just that. And I think that we're aiming for some larger touring in probably April. So that's the show schedule right now. About to release another music video for the song Face to Face, actually off of our CD before the last one, Every Man for Himself Issue 1. You can expect to see that very soon. And we're pushing the single Heckler right now and actually getting some play around the country.
Okay, very good. If you guys make it to Michigan, you have to let me know, because I would love to come see you guys.
I would love that, man. We had a date in Michigan back at the end of 2011 that I had to cancel because I had some issues with some of the neighboring cities in the tour, but definitely would like to try and get out there.
What city were you supposed to come to?
Detroit.
Oh, yeah, that's about 2 hours for me.
Yeah, no, and it was a really cool venue too, and we're very excited. I've always wanted to play out there, and it just didn't work out. So that's definitely on the list to work on. Try to get out there as soon as possible. Actually.
Well, I just throw out there that if you guys do make it to Michigan, there is a venue in Battle Creek, Michigan called Planet Rock, and they have new owners. They just put in a brand new sound system. It's not a very huge venue, but all the walls in the place are made like out of chalkboard, and all the bands that come through like write their logo and stuff in there. And pretty much any band you could ever mention, except for the really big, huge, ginormous ones, have been there.
That's awesome, man. I'll definitely look into that.
And I have some connections with that place, so I could help. So just throwing it out there as an idea.
That sounds great, man. I'll definitely hit you up on that.
So I also want to thank Yvonne for hooking us up. She has been amazing to me with sending me some really good bands, so I want to give her big props for hooking us up together.
Yeah, Yvonne's great. She does nothing but good for us, and having her on our team has strengthened us beyond anything I can explain.
Very good. Okay, so how often are you guys getting together and practicing right now?
We rehearse 3 to 4 times a week, unless we're playing on those days. They're very, very regimented. If we're not rehearsing, we're meeting and working on some kind of administrative mumbo jumbo. Any independent band is responsible for either doing or falling short on. Yeah, I mean, it averages on 3 to 4 rehearsals a week, and then 2 to 3 performances. So just depending on what's booked, we're active daily.
Very good. And then, where do you guys actually practice at? Do you guys have like a studio you use, or?
Yeah. Well, okay. So we live in Northeast Houston in a town called Humble, and there is a large storage facility in that area that is tucked under the freeway. It's super creepy. It's actually technically one of the most haunted places in Texas. If you look it up, you can find it. It's the FM 1960 East Bypass Haunt. And we live in the building. Oddly enough, I think the ghosts in there have grown accustomed to having us around because we haven't had too much trouble the last couple of years. We've been there for 5 years now. We have a recording studio inside the building, and we all live there together, actually.
Oh, wow, that's really cool.
It's great. I mean, it's great, except for, you go on tour and you're living in a van, and then you come home to a studio where you're all still living on top of each other.
Right.
But it is really cool. I mean, we're really, really lucky to have it. I think any band would be super stoked at any level to have a place like this. So it's really been a blessing for us.
Very good. And what's more metal than that and being in a haunted place,
That is true.
I mean, that's awesome.
I need to tell that to like our metal adversaries here in the Houston area.
That's right. We live and play in a haunted place, bitches.
Yeah, that's right. You may be slightly more metal by definition, but we live with ghosts. How can you beat that?
That's right. Oh, I love it. So, okay, here's a question for you. What kind of influences have you had in your life, or still have, that got you into music and made you want to do something like this?
I mean, it's crazy. Like growing up, I think that as a kid, things were so much different growing up for us as it is for the youth of today. I mean, being in a band didn't seem like a tangible idea. There was a few people that I knew that were significantly older than me playing in like death metal and oddly enough 80s metal bands, and I would go to the rehearsals and I think something popped in my head. I was like, I can do this. I was really into music in general. I think it started with I don't know, like Guns N' Roses or Metallica. Obviously, both were big influences when I was a kid. But then as I grew up, I learned that a lot of the stuff that I thought I wouldn't care for, I've grown very accustomed to, and currently I listen to all different types of music. Giant influence of mine is Nine Inch Nails, but then another giant influence of mine is Tech Nine, who's a rapper. So it's like I listen to a lot of different stuff, which I'm sure is blasphemy in some places of the metal world, but I listen to a lot of rock, rap, pop, punk, all kinds of stuff. Limited selections of all different genres, because I feel like everywhere you look, if you look deep enough, you'll find somebody valuable that you can actually pull from. And I think my influences are apparent in my writing.
Well, I'm going to have to say I totally appreciate that train of thought, because all the bands that I talk to and the music I play, and I this is just my personal opinion, but I think that the bands and the guys that think like you, where they're not they don't pigeonhole themselves in one genre and they're accepting of all styles of music, I think it comes out in their actual music, like you said, and it actually just makes for better music. I
agree. I mean, I think that, and the other thing is in this band, I mean, me, Boo, and Casey, we're a three-piece, we all sing, but we all have very different tastes in music. There are some bands that we all can agree on, but for the most part, if someone has control over whatever stereo's in the room or in the vehicle, like, we're each going to put completely different music on to our liking. And,
right.
That makes the ability to write songs, I would say, better is probably not the word, but in my opinion, a little more broad and without too many limitations.
Well, and not to labor on this subject, but the more influences you have, the more unique your style is going to be.
Sure.
So, okay. So, what kind of sacrifices have you guys had to make to keep this band going? You guys have been around a while, obviously. Has it been a huge personal sacrifice for you guys?
I mean, it is to a certain degree. I mean, and it's funny because we have to like meet constantly and really talk through that because I mean, these days the modern day rock star is a lot different than what a lot of people think. You know, the modern day rock star is a guy that's making as much money as he can, part-time work when he's not active, working his butt off with music and generally getting underpaid and missing out on a lot of life's opportunities. But in the same regard, we're experiencing a lot of things that a lot of people don't ever get to experience, even bands. A lot of bands, and they say the percentage of bands that make it, which is a relative term anyways, of making it is obviously defined by what you would consider making it, but in the grand scheme of things, making it is becoming a rock star, becoming famous, having your music on the radio and putting out records. But the percentile of bands that make it in the public eye is so small because I think a lot of bands, they get out there, they have a good time with it for the time that they're willing to put forth, and then they realize that there is real life out there that they have to consider and things they don't want to miss out on, and a lot of bands fizzle because of that. Yes, we've missed out on a lot of stuff. We've sacrificed a lot of things. Luckily, we've got a great support team behind us, girlfriends, Beyonce, things like that understand, and I think with everything we've lost as far as an opportunity, like a regular person's life growing up, I think we've gained something unique, and wouldn't trade it for anything.
Okay, very cool. So, how did you guys come up with the name for the band? Where does that come from?
Okay, so the original thought process of Downfall 2012 is the result of a young kid who was obsessed with all the Armageddon mumbo jumbo. I was like a big fan of comic books and music and movies and weirdness, but then also like really a big fan of all these different projected apocalypse, doomsday. You know, there were so many of them growing up, and as a kid, I was like terrified of all of them. I'd read up on all the different stuff, the Y2Ks, 99s, 1984. Well, obviously, I was too young to consider that, being born in 82, but looking back and kind of seeing some projected thoughts about what could occur. 2012 just seemed like the really unique one, and also seemed like the most valid. And it being that anytime you would read about it, it wasn't like the world is ending. It was, they always phrased it, the end of the world as you know it, and then in many cases would say, and then a completely new beginning. And I loved that about it. Did a lot of research and reading on it, and turned the band name into Downfall 2012. It was originally, in the very, very beginning, as young kids playing in town, we were called Downfall, and realized there's 3 million bands called Downfall across the world. So it was like,
right.
We built it up, and Downfall 2012 became the name. So now it's a whole different meaning, more interpersonal to the actual story of the band and the demise of the original lineup and the new beginning of what we have now.
Okay, well, very cool. Thanks for sharing that. I appreciate that. How many people, when I hear the name of the band, think that you guys just started in 2012?
You know what? A few, and I'm okay with that. It makes us seem younger.
There you go.
Yeah, no, it's refreshing, man. Before 2012, every time I did a radio interview, it was like, well, so what are you going to do after 2012? And like, now people are just like, that's a cool name. And every once in a while, someone's like, wow, you guys are a pretty new band, huh? I'm like, no, but thanks for thinking so.
Right. Well, I figured there was more to it than just how it sounded, and sure. But I definitely can see people construing it the way they want to, you know?
Yeah, definitely. And, I mean, in the end, there's been countless bands that I can think of. I never thought twice about the silliness of their band names.
Right. Yeah.
I guess we can look at it positively. People dissect it and think about it.
Yeah. People overthink things way too much.
Certainly.
So, where can people find out more about Downfall 2012? Where, what social networking and websites you guys use?
I mean, downfall2012.com is going to be the best. If you get on there, it's a hub. I mean, anytime we have something new come out, we'll have it there. And then there's a hub for our music, our merchandise, our Facebook page, Twitter, YouTube. But yeah, we're active on Facebook and Twitter. YouTube, our YouTube channel has been developing. Instagram is like in the works. So you can find all that at downfall2012.com.
Okay. Is there a place where they can purchase music and merchandise and stuff?
Yeah, it's all there. It's there on the website. I mean, we generally sell our music through CD Baby, but
Okay.
it's just going to be most easy to just get on downfall2012.com and click your way into it. If you search Downfall 2012 on CD Baby, though, you can find it, and we're on iTunes as well.
And I just want to throw out there that if you go to a live show, I'm assuming that you sell merch at the show, so that's probably the best place, right?
Definitely the best place. I mean, we're limited on our online store, but come out to a show, and there's all kinds of cool stuff you can get.
Very good. So, the music that I have so far, where did you guys record this at? What studio did you use?
Multiple studios. We did some of it in our studio here in Humble, Texas, but the majority of it was done at Jim Finley Productions, who is our producer and manager, amazing guy, super talented. And his studio has relocated to L.A. now, so we ended up recording a lot of the stuff out in L.A. And then also a lot of the recording was at Sound Arts here in Houston. It's a tremendously awesome studio with Brian Baker, really talented engineer, and I absolutely love working in that studio. So 3 different studios in many different locations.
All right, very good. And I just want to throw out there that right now I have like 3 tracks, and if a brother can hook me up with more music, I will play more music.
A brother can definitely hook you up with more music.
Okay, very cool. So if I grabbed your iPod or MP3 player, however you like to listen to music, what bands would I find you listening to right now?
Right now, I'm going back and forth between the new Eminem record. I've got the new Eminem record, the new 9 Inch Nails record. I've got some Tech 9 stuff like I had mentioned before, and all kinds of stuff. Pantera is a constant. I always go back to Pantera. I got the new Kill Switch Engage record, man. I actually really like it. I didn't think I was going to, but it's pretty badass. I guess I'm consciously trying to listen to music that is being released currently. I'm really trying to keep in touch with what others are listening to and what other artists that I admire are releasing as far as music. And a lot of it's great. Some of it's not so much, but a lot of it's really awesome. So I'm lucky. I didn't care for. Have you listened to the new 9 Inch Nails record?
I have not yet. No.
Man, I did not like that record and I'm a big Nails fan, but I did not like that record the first 2 listens, and by the third one I was like, I get it. Super cool record, man. Just got to be in the right mindset. It's a little more subdued than a lot of his other stuff. Very cool.
I'll have to check it out. Isn't that funny though? How you buy an album and you start listening to it and you're like, man, why did I spend my money on this? And then all of a sudden it just clicks.
Yeah, that happens more often than not. I'm the worst at like not considering that when I buy a record. Like I'll be like, first spin, I'm like, oh, it's terrible, and then like I'll tell all my friends I don't like it, and then like a week later I'm like, oh, never mind, it's fantastic.
Yeah, and I totally get it. And I get stuck in this rut where I'll listen, because if you're listening to in your car, for example, you listen to like the first 3 or 4 tracks, and I have trouble getting to the end sometimes, and then I have to like force myself, and then I'm like, I need to listen to the end, man, more often.
Yeah. So we put out 5-song records.
It's something like that, just enough time to hear it all at one sitting.
Sure.
So, what is success for the band? How do you guys define that?
That's interesting. We're constantly struggling with that. I mean, struggling is not the word. We're constantly redefining it. Success, I think, is survival. I mean, if we're living and enjoying the experiences that we're partaking in with this music, and we're progressing in a non-disputable fashion, then I would call that success. Ultimate success would be to be able to do this band as an original act, touring on semi to larger stages with with a good draw and getting paid to do so. We do that currently, but it's weird. I mean, this band, on our off nights, we're playing cover shows as a band, 4 hours of music, and we transform the songs into our own. So it's not like your standard cover show. We play a lot of original, but I would love to be able to go and hit a tour circuit on a regular basis and get paid enough to support a family. If we could do that, then to me that is the level of success hoping for. Anything better is just icing on the cake.
Okay, well, I for one wish you guys the best of luck, and I hope that is what transpires for you, because that would definitely be amazing.
Awesome, man. Thank you. We need all the luck we can get.
Luck, more hard work there than anything, though, you know.
Sure. Well, we're up for it.
Yep. Very cool. So, what do you do to relax if you're not working or doing writing music or playing shows? Anybody have any crazy hobbies or anything they like to do?
Man, I mean, all of us like are relatively dynamic, but the band is so involved that I don't know. I mean, I think Boo plays video games, which is that's great. I wish I could get into them. I can't do it. Casey and me are kind of like Casey. I think he tries to get in the video game thing. We go to the movies. We see just about every movie that comes out because you can like watch a movie while still working on stuff. You know what I mean?
Right. Yep.
And that's about it. I mean, we do drink. We are drinkers, so we'll go out. We'll do karaoke together, or we'll.
That's awesome.
We'll go find an open mic and thrash stuff. I mean, like when we're on tour, if we have an off night, we're at a karaoke bar, an open mic, just getting crazy. So I guess in the end, like recreationally, music in addition to the band actually makes me feel bad. I feel like I need to go like start something like maybe like sewing or something. Maybe that would be good.
Oh, please don't start sewing. Unless you're making like a vest and sewing like metal patches on it, I guess, like the old 80s. It's funny. I ask every band that question about, what they do like in their downtime kind of thing. And probably 95% of the bands have the exact same answer. Music is what we do in the downtime. It's just what we do. So
yeah,
it just shows the passion. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, we're fortunate to have a friend base that is all down for that. They either participate or spectate.
Right. Very good. So, okay. So what sets you guys apart? Why should people come see you guys live? Why should they, check out your Facebook and listen to your music? What are they going to get from you guys that they're not going to get from all the other bands out there?
I mean, so like there are a number of things, and to just go into like a literal manner. I mean, our music is tied together by a story. Every Man for Himself, issue 1, 2, and 3 is a 3-part record. The third part is coming at the end of winter. We've released the second this year and the first the year prior. Comes with a comic book. We work with an amazing graphic artist by the name of Atomic here in town. Atomic Productions is his company, and he's phenomenal. Illustrates the story. The music videos either directly or lightly touch onto the story that is all the music, and all of it is a gigantic metaphor. It does come across as a science fiction, like a half science fiction, half political story, but it's actually a lot more interpersonal than people would realize without going really deep into it. The music tells a story, or is really a soundtrack to a story. As far as our live show, that's where we really have strength. We do play our songs. We add a lot to our songs. We're also very well notable for these percussion breakdowns that we do. We have constructed several different instruments out of buckets, like big paint buckets and pans and pots and giant oil drums and things. And all three of us are percussionists, so we utilize that and get up there and play off each other, play many different instruments, like a 6 or 7 minute tangent of just craziness from banging on barrels to beatboxing to rapping to didgeridoo sounds, different things. It really spice up the show and make it interesting. And then in addition to that, we know about 75 covers that you would never expect a metal band to do. And you've heard some of that stuff, like the punk goes pop stuff, and that's
right.
kind of the same sort of idea. Like we transform a Michael Jackson or a Lady Gaga song into a metal song, but we don't make it disgusting. We make it to where people could still understand it and sing along to it, but it's just got that Downfall 2012 edge. And us all three being very different vocalists and all three of us being lead singers makes that really easy. Casey's got a very melodic, well-trained voice. Boo's got the opposite. Boo's got this unbelievably giant screaming voice, and then I'm right in the middle of that. So it really works out well. As far as our band is concerned, and what sets us apart is we are a 3-piece band with 3 lead singers that has a bunch of dynamics everywhere from our records to our live show.
Very cool. Do you have, it made me think, do you have some any videos on YouTube that kind of show off that?
Yeah, they're all over the place. I mean, I don't think we have not officially posted anything. We're in the works of making one. We've been working on it for a long time, and we keep pushing back the release. But man, if you get on YouTube and just Downfall 2012, search Downfall 2012 buckets, you'll find hundreds of videos.
Oh,
we do it
very
every
cool.
show, and we do it different every time. So it's just you just got to check it out, man. Like, you'll see what I'm talking about, and you'll get it.
Yeah, I'm going to check it out after the interview, actually.
Cool.
Yep, very good. Okay, so what's the craziest thing that's ever happened to you at a live show you've done? And when I say crazy, it doesn't have to be bad. It could be something just you know, like that. Oh my God, that just happened kind of moment.
There have been so many of those. Okay, you want to know like one of the like just right off the bat when I think crazy, because crazy is one of my favorite words. We would frequently play in a town called Prescott, Arizona. It's spelled Prescott, but folks out there call it Prescott. Man, every time we play at this little rock dive, the place would be packed. Like, every kind of person you can think of, from like girls that are done up like for club attire, you know, like dressed up nice, to total gutter punkers and metalheads and hip hop people. And there's just a weird dive bar tucked in the city that everybody would go to. And what's crazy is the minute the music would start, that place would go into complete interpretive dancing. Like, literally, the entire place would be interpretive dancing. Like, we thought they were joking. And everywhere from pop culture type to homeless people, all going completely crazy interpretive dancing all night long. We have video of it. I mean, it's insane, dude. Like, literally, mosh pits ain't got nothing on a room full of 150 people interpretive dancing.
Yeah, right?
It's unbelievable. And no kidding, again, we thought they were joking, and every time we've gone back, the club is closed. It was called Sundance. It's a really cool place. Every time we would go back, it'd be the same deal. Every single time. But I don't know what it is. I don't know if everyone's just sharing the drugs out there, or if it's just the thing to do. But no kidding, like, no shame. Just get out there. Don't worry about the rhythm. Go into some other world and just go crazy. It doesn't matter. And we saw it every time we played there. So I'd have to say that's one of the craziest for sure. I'd have to really think about anything that would top that.
Well, that's really cool, and that's definitely. I mean, it's unfortunate the place closed, but I mean, there's some memories you'll never lose right there, man.
Yeah, no, it's unbelievable.
Okay, now is time for the most important question of the interview. So I hope you're prepared.
Uh-oh.
Which one of you guys spends the most time in front of a mirror before you guys go on stage?
Oh, man. Probably Boo. He's got to get that mohawk perfect, man. You know what I mean? Like, but he's got it down to a science, man. It's just like, give him about 7 to 10 minutes. So.
Has he got a big, tall mohawk or a short mohawk?
No, he's got like a super tall, like, pink mohawk.
Oh, wow. I'm going to have to check it. Is there pictures on the Facebook of that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's like iconic, his mohawk.
All right, awesome. Well, I also...
He would be the one. I think Casey's got dreadlocks, so he just like looks for 3 seconds, and my hair's hopeless, so I just throw some gel in it and we're done. So.
Well, I have a short mohawk, so when you said mohawk, I was like sold.
Yeah, I have a short mohawk also. It's actually a frohawk.
Very cool. Okay, any of you guys pranksters? You guys like to play practical jokes on each other or anything?
Boo and Casey, it's endless, man. Those dudes are constantly at each other. I stay out of it. I'm like kind of like the dad.
Oh boy,
it's a good thing, man, because you know.
Keep those guys in line.
Yeah, Boo and Casey, they get at each other. It's pretty funny. They're like brothers. They're constantly at each other. Yeah, like on tour, it never stops.
Very cool. Okay, anything else you would like to tell everyone that'll hear this interview? Anything I haven't asked you want to make sure that people know about?
I mean, I think we covered the majority of it. I mean, I guess primarily thank you to anyone that's listening, everyone that is willing to investigate our music. And just look out for the new video for Face to Face coming soon. Every Man for Himself Issue 3 also coming soon. And if you haven't checked it out yet, watch our new video for Heckler. We're really trying to get the view count up and trying to get that single spread as far as we can, as it is building some traction for us right now.
Okay, well, I will do my part. I believe I've already shared that, but I'll make sure that I do again to make sure that I can help do my part to share it as well. So
Awesome.
So
That's great, man. Thank you.
No problem. So the last thing before I let you go is I'd love a couple of radio liners if you don't mind.
Sure.
So the first one, you can just say your name, and just say, you're from the band Downfall 2012 and you're listening to rockaddictradio.com.
What's up? This is Danny from Downfall 2012. You're listening to rockaddictradio.com.
Very good. Well, okay. Well, thanks again, man. You have a great day.
You too, brother.
Okay, talk to you later. Bye.
All right, bye.